I know I supposed to stop due to 10 years later. I already did one other one by accident. But it's just the fact of where it's like, it's just really sad. It's not a joyous occasion. I'm now just doing it where it's like, it's pretty sad on 10 years later, and yet it seems as if it never happened. It wasn't anything. The movie I'm going to talk about now that is technically 10 years later, most likely is 10 years later, is The Three Stooges. For those who don't know, The Three Stooges, I guess I should just put this down. Anyways, The Three Stooges was something that happened in the early 1900s. Yeah, so like very, very early. I know that I most likely am screwing things up, but I can't really say it for sure. But if I have to guess, I would say 1910s all the way to 1950s. But of course, I might be wrong. All I can tell you is that Shep came... Yeah, there was like at least 5 of them in all. The one that we really know is Mo, Curly, and Joe. Yeah, it's like those are the ones that mainly we know. Shep was the one that happened beforehand. And then Curly dropped out, and then they had the brand new 5th person, which it was kind of like a yeah, and of course, as you can figure, it's not like as if it's the Harlem Globetrotters. There is no way how to continue on the tradition and just keep on going within the decades of bringing the Three Stooges, It's like eventually it just kept on going and going and going. If it would have continued, where it's like, Mo would be gone, he'll be too old. Curly would be gone as well. Of course, Joe already left, and it's like they just continue. It just drop, and then you have brand new Three Stooges, and it just keeps on going and going. But usually, I have to believe that most likely Curly would have been next to go, or even Mo would have been next to go, and it just feels different. It just felt different when the 5th person that replaced Curly Joe came. As soon as he came, it was like, I don't really want to watch it. Yeah, you wonder why they just stick with the not original 3, but Shep is not bad though. Shep was pretty good. I was okay with Shep, believe it or not. I was okay with Shep. Yeah, it's like the Shep I saw the second. It's like it was the second time I actually watched these Three Stooges. That was like the second iteration of the Three Stooges for me, but he was the first one. So my best one, I have to admit, was really so good is the one with the dog. The one with the dog and the cat, and they had their own delicatessen, I guess. Was that it? No, they just had their own cafe, and you thought that he killed the dog and killed the cat, and then you thought that they still are alive within the food. Good times. Anyways, about the movie decided to adapt the main famous versions of the Three Stooges, and you kind of was hoping that this was just a run for their money they need to start doing more Three Stooges stuff and just bring it back. But considering how it is, and it's 10 years later, we haven't seen anything else from the Three Stooges. It gets to the point where it's like, man, they didn't even get the freaking Blues Brothers treatment. And Blues Brothers, I think, had like 2 more movies. Yeah, it's like, because sadly John Belushi is dead, but they made do. It's like, the dude died, and they got greenlit to have a freaking sequel. Y'all guys didn't even make it, and none of them are dead. And it's like, they weren't even able to even scrounge up a sequel. They weren't even able to let them be like, oh, there's interest, let's have a TV show again. That's how messed up it is, where it's like, they show homage, but it wasn't to the point of where it's like something happened. Just like the Muppets, for instance. The Muppets had 2 movies. Awesome. They had a TV show, and the TV show got canceled. Son of a big. And I guess they had another TV show, and that got canceled. And then now they're been merged with Holy Moly. And it just gets the messed up part where it's like, oh man, How come the Muppets can't get their own break? I was fine with the Muppet Show. I think I even reviewed it on here. But as for the Three Stooges, it seems to me that I was okay with the movies. Like, I was okay with the movie. It just definitely did some good homages. Would I love to have a TV show? I don't think that was a good option. I mean, it's better to have it as a movie than a TV show. I guess the funniest part is like, do you even own the movie? I'm like, oh yeah. No, I didn't actually get to own the movie. Yeah, I know that's messed the freak up, but that was 2012. 2012, I was still in school. Money was tight. And as you can figure, there's no way how I can find a brand new copy of the Three Stooges right now. It's like, yeah, that movie was there and then it just left. And I don't think it was in the 199 bin when 198 bin when that still existed. I'm pretty sure even though the movie is forever forgotten now, kind of, they had it most likely at the 596 tier. They had it like above, even though it's like, if it didn't have a good impact and yet here you are doing this, it's like, what the frick, guys? What the frick? So I'm just here to just say how sad it is just looking at it's on YouTube. You're able to watch it for ad free and ads free with ads. It's free, but you have to watch ads. It just makes me sad being like, they didn't even get to have a sequel or a third one. They didn't even have a trashy sequel where it's like straight to video or whatever. They just straight up dropped Three Stooges. They were like, oh, we did this movie. Okay, on to better things. And it's like, I would have preferred that we have like more and more movies, I suppose. It's kind of like Laura and Hardy. They had sketches, but they also had movies too. I think the Three Stooges did have movies as well, but it's like, at least this is even more bringing them back to life. And it's like, they won't have a TV shows, no, but the movies, yeah, keep on with the movies. Yeah, that would be cool. And bring Frankenstein meets Dracula meets, it's like, I'm shocked that Universal is not like, hey, Sony, give me that freaking, give me your Sony. And then they'll be like, okay, let's just do this with the Universal monsters again. It's like, hey, and it's like, just make it very, very funny, but also, I don't know. It's like, how can he really do it? It's like, that would be like a Sour Patch Kid. All I'm saying is just here, the Three Stooges, they're now dormant again. And I don't know when they're going to return again. I don't think they're going to ever return. But if they do, that's awesome. Their reruns of the freaking old school stuff can be found, I think, in AMC. I think that's the only place you can find them. I'm pretty sure you could stream it too. Thank goodness I was able back in the day to get a $1 DVD. But it sucks because I think every single copy of that DVD, you have to have like 3 DVD players to play this one DVD that had like at least 4 sketches, 4 segments. And the 4th segment always cut off at one of my DVD players. It took like the 3rd DVD player that I could finally actually watch the 4th one. I'm pretty sure I also had to watch it by PC as well because dang, what the hell is wrong with this DVD? But I'm just saying, this is kind of sad that maybe they weren't hoping for a sequel. Even so, it's like, yeah, but no one's talking about it. No one's laughing at it. No one's like, man, it's been 5 years since this movie came out. It's been 10 years since the movie came out. No one's doing this. That's the messed up part. No one is really doing this, especially those who are comedians and stuff. It's like, no one's doing it except, of course, me. As soon as I actually realized that, oh, damn, it's been 10 years. But it's always like the funniest joke that they end it with. The fact that a nun can be sexy. Oh, frick, but you shouldn't be watching the nun like that. It's like, oh, good Lord. It's like, yeah, you need to freaking say Hail Mary. You need glory be to the Father. You need the Lord's Prayer for looking at a nun while she's actually being a lifeguard and she's in her bathing suit. It's like, oh, frick, man. Oh, frick, man. I apologize, Lord. Oh my goodness, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Lord.